I think that tree's a little bit better. Shots of the Empire State Building from the city. Macy's. So you can. Hey everyone, today we're going to be checking out the brand new New Year's Eve ball that sits atop of 1 Times Square. The name of the ball is the Constellation Ball. It measures 12.5 feet in diameter and weighs a whopping 12,350 pounds. It is covered with 5,280 Waterford crystals and LED lights, which is nearly double the number of crystals from the previous ball. For the first time in the ball's history, the crystals will be circular discs instead of traditional triangular shapes. This design is intended to evoke the image of celestial bodies and celebrate infinite possibilities. Now, I saw the ball 2 days ago. Looked like they were doing some testing on it, and it was really stunning. So I thought I would take the time out today to film a video up through Times Square to take a look at the ball that sits atop of 1 Times Square. Apparently there's a museum in there now. It's been probably over a year that they've been working on the renovation of that building. There used to be scaffolding literally everywhere. Now it's all come down. There's a brand new entrance to the subway right there at 42nd Street, Times Square. So we'll be passing by Macy's, starting here at the brand new entrance of Penn Station, where you can get the Long Island Railroad, the 123 AC&E trains, as well as the connection underground to the Moynihan Train Hall that's connected to the James A. Farley Post Office. You might notice how modern and fantastic it looks, and that is because it just went under renovation. The Penn 2 project that was put on by Vornado. Vornado is a real estate investment trust, or a REIT, that is publicly traded under the ticker symbol VNO. Oftentimes on the channel we'll talk about one of Vornado's most popular residential real estate projects at 220 Central Park South, and Vornado tapped architect Robert A.M. Stern to design the beautiful limestone facade at 220 Central Park South. And unfortunately, Robert A.M. Stern passed away on this Thanksgiving Day in 2025. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. This is the corner of West 33rd Street and 7th Avenue. We're going to be banging this left, headed northbound at 34th Street, where we'll be able to check out the facade of Macy's, Herald Square, and then we'll make another left and walk directly up Broadway until we reach 42nd Street, where we'll check out the brand new ball that sits atop of 1 Times Square. I also should mention that today is one of the coldest days so far of this holiday season. It is -4 degrees Celsius, and with the wind chill, it feels like -8. So it is freezing. Okay, we've now made this right on 34th Street. And we're now looking directly at the spire of the Empire State Building. I'll quickly give you a picture looking back at the old entrance to the Long Island Railroad that sits on the corner of 34th Street and 7th. And that's the separate entrance to the 1, 2, and 3 trains. The 1 train, as you know, is local. The 2 and the 3 train are express. Here you can see that beautiful facade of Macy's. I really like the classic white lights. Here you'll be able to see the main windows on the 34th Street side of Macy's. The windows on the 34th Street side are more children's toys and whatnot. Now we've made it to 34th Street Herald Square. One of the things that's brand new this year is the new Macy's Holiday Market, which I think makes it a little bit too crowded here. That's just my humble critique, because you have so many people that want to check out the Macy's windows, understandably so, as you can see here. problem is that it doesn't allow people to go in that other open section. As you can see here, all these sheds kind of block that open space, because now it's a market. Today's a Monday, so it's not as crowded as it usually is. But to give you some perspective, Herald Square right here has been shut down to vehicle traffic, and it was pedestrians only for a few years now. So it allowed a lot of space for tourists to check out the windows at Macy's. So you can only imagine what it's like on a Friday or Saturday. You have a continuation also of the Macy's Holiday Square here. This is now on West 35th Street and Broadway. You do have spectacular views of the Empire State Building from here. So if I turn around, you have one of my favorite shots of the Empire State Building from the city. My second favorite location to check out the Empire State Building is from 32nd Street and 5th Avenue. And this is looking back at Macy's Herald Square. This is a continuation of a holiday market. This is more the food and restaurants. It's definitely quite nice to check out on a weekend.
Remember the fries? I remember the fries.
The ambiance is quite nice as well. The backdrop of the Empire. This has become very popular as well. This cheese wheel pasta. Let's continue to head up to Times Square. Assuming we can make our way out of here this way. Inside here is the Herald Bar by Stout. You can see it's a full bar with heated seating, which is always nice. It's very similar, by the way, to the Winter Village at Bryant Park. And now we'll exit and make a right by 1333 Broadway. You have the Shake Shack on the corner here, and this will bring us to 36th Street. They've just recently opened yet another Luckin Coffee location just off to the left here, which I'll show in a moment. I think this is new. I don't think I've seen this. You also have the Harrier building to our right. There's a lot of events that go on in there. I really like the architecture on the building.
Well, first I'm going to just create our budget for food so that we have...
And this is Wolfgang. This is a very nice steakhouse here. And we're now coming up on the corner of West 37th Street and Broadway. I'm really hoping that they have the ball up for testing like they did last night. We'll see. And right in between 37th and 38th Street, you have one of the newest locations of Luckin Coffee. And I predicted this over the summer. I think you're going to see this brand absolutely explode in terms of its growth regarding number of stores in New York City. Their first location was on 28th Street, I believe. And now this is one of their newest locations, right here on Broadway, but they also have another one at the Hudson Yards now. This is open from 7 a.m. until 9 p.m. One of the things about Luckin Coffee is that it's cashless. There's no cash, and there's no cash register. You can't even go inside and order a coffee. You have to do everything through the application. So you download the Luckin Coffee application and everything is mobile order. There's not even cash registers in the store. And as I've said before, they sort of gamify the experience. So technically, all of their products are about 50% off from competitors like Dunkin' Donuts and Starbucks. And that's because if you go at least once a week, every time you go, you get a coupon for 50% off or 40% off. So even though the drinks are technically the same price as like a Starbucks or a Dunkin' Donuts, very, very seldom will you actually pay that price because you can use those 50% off coupons.
I'm going to get hungry again.
Jesus fucking Christ.
It's definitely a very interesting business model. And now you're also seeing other Chinese brands come to the United States. I'm going to be making a dedicated video on the grand opening of Mixue, M-I-X-U-E. Most Westerners or Americans in general are not familiar with that brand, but it's the largest fast casual brand in the world, and it has more locations than McDonald's in terms of its overall footprint. They're famous for their bubble teas and their ice creams, and they sell them for like $1. So I don't know how US brands are going to be cost competitive. In any event, this is now West 39th Street and Broadway. There's no vehicle traffic allowed southbound or northbound on Broadway here. It's all public space. They have artwork, expanded double-wide bike lanes, and public seating. You're going to notice the big uptick in foot traffic right now as we approach 40th Street, only a few blocks away from Times Square. can now see the H&M building.
Yeah.
40th Street and Broadway is home to Joe's. This is an unbelievably popular pizza restaurant, pizza shop. And it always seems to have a long line. Now, the last time I was in Miami, in Wynwood, Miami, they have opened up a Joe Pizza location, which is pretty cool. But there's multiple throughout the city, but you're always going to have this crazy long line in the Times Square location, as it is the original one. We'll kind of pull off to the side just so you could see the crowd since 1975. It's not bad, but I would say that made in New York pizza is probably a little bit better, and there's never any line. They definitely do great business, though. Once we get to the corner here, you'll be able to see the main Christmas tree at the Winter Village at Bryant Park. You can see it right there behind all that traffic, with the Stephen Schwartzman building in the background. And now we can see all the bright lights of Times Square. I don't think they have the ball up tonight, unfortunately, but we'll investigate that a little bit more. We'll walk right in front of NASDAQ, but it's still good to see because they finally have all of this scaffolding down. I mean, it seemed like it was up for an eternity, and it was really crowding up the sidewalk. But now you have this really nice entrance to the subway. It's all brand new. And here you can see it. It just shows, welcome the new New Year's Eve ball. And this is the main building where they dropped the ball. This is One Times Square. This is now 42nd Street and Broadway, and it looks amazing with all this scaffolding down. You can see the brand new entrance of the subway. You can see the NQRW shuttle to Grand Central 1, 2, 3, and 7 trains. The 7 train now goes all the way to Hudson Yards, which is fantastic. And then this way is looking to the east side. That would be Bryant Park. And then the further down you go, it's Grand Central Terminal. I mean, the building looks great. I'm sure you remember this entire area we're walking now used to be cast in scaffolding, and now it feels like the city is so much bigger. So again, the new ball is about 12.5 feet in diameter and weighs 12,350 pounds. And it's so much more vivid than in years past. You can see a little bit of the ball right here. I'll zoom in. And you can see the numerals. Let's continue to walk a little bit further out, and I'll be sure to get you a better view of the ball, but it looks great. And this is the Times Square Raising Cane's, right on the corner of 44th Street and 7th. Okay, here is a much, much better shot of the 2025 New Year's Eve ball. Let me try to adjust the brightness. It looks really, really nice. I'm trying to get it. Here you can kind of see it a little bit better. It's hard to adjust the brightness on it, but I believe you get the picture. That is what we'll be dropping on New Year's Eve. Let's cross northbound and then we'll make a right and exit Times Square. I haven't been through here in a long time. If we go up a little more and exit, we can go directly to 6th Avenue and then see Radio City Music Hall. As well as the Rockefeller Center Christmas tree. If you haven't seen our video on the New York Stock Exchange Christmas tree, I'd check that out, because in my opinion, I think that tree's a little bit better than the Rockefeller Center one for a few reasons. Reason number one, it's a lot less crowded and you can get much closer to the tree. You're able to quite literally walk directly under it. You know, the traffic is flowing much better than expected. And that's because all the scaffolding is down.
Ahorita que no hay carros.
It's quite peaceful in Times Square when it's not so crazy. This is now 46th Street. This store that you see right here, where it says luggage and gifts, this used to be an express clothing store. And I used to work here as a teenager. I was like 19 years old. I would work the shift from 9 p.m. until 3 a.m. I would restock all the shelves after all the tourists would fling everything all over the place. And it's going to sound crazy, but that was the hardest job I've ever had. And I know that sounds crazy, but something about working retail, it's just mind-bendingly monotonous. And it seemed like time stood still. This is the Diamond District to the right, but we'll continue to walk up just one more.
Happy hour at Lego, happy hour for Fox.
This is now 48th Street. That's the famous M&M store here. It's very popular. We'll go ahead and make a right. This is now going to bring us to 6th Avenue. It's going to be right on the back side of the News Corporation building. But I'll quickly show you the new Hard Rock Hotel in Times Square. The lobby actually looks pretty cool. I think they did a really nice job. Since there's all this traffic here, we'll take a quick shortcut across the street. Because from here you have this great view of 270 Park Avenue, which is the brand new office tower of JP Morgan Chase. You're also going to be able to see the newsroom at News Corporation, as well as their Christmas tree. And there you have it to the right. That's the News Corp tree. And now we've made it to 6th Avenue. We're going to head up by Rockefeller Center. It just looks really beautiful here. This is the new entrance to the B, D, F, and M trains. And this is the dining room to Del Frisco's. And it looks to be packed tonight. And here you have the beautiful Rockefeller Center. This is 30 Rock, you're looking up at right now. We'll quickly take a pass at Radio City Music Hall, and then we'll check out the Rockefeller Center Christmas tree. Now keep in mind it is a Monday night, so let's see just how crowded and packed it gets on a Monday. This is also brand new here this year. They didn't have this last year. Starting from 49th Street, you have this 6th Avenue holiday pop-up, which I think makes the street a little bit too crowded. Here are the main red bulbs that sit right outside of Radio City Music Hall. And then you have that nice shot looking up at 270 Park. It's a very nice spire. And then this is that brand new holiday market on 6th Avenue. Wow. It's like a sea of people. I don't even know if we're going to be able to get to take a look at the tree. And one more time, I'll remind you, this is a Monday. You have those candy canes here. And then looking over to Radio City Music Hall. And it appears they have a performance just letting out by the famous Rockettes. This is the 100th anniversary for the Radio City Rockettes. We'll take one lap around the candy canes and then we'll see if we can get a look at the tree. Now, this year, as they did last year and the year before that, they're shutting down 50th Street, pedestrians only.
Yeah? Hey.
Let's now wait for the light and we'll cross.
Now you're in front.
See all the NYPD barricades up.
And you're right across the street.
This is now 50th Street. You can see it's closed off to all traffic. And we'll have a look at the crowds. Here's one of the main NYPD checkpoints.
that's all very bad. I wouldn't have never said anything. I was down to my breath.
But I would only want kids if I had a lot of money. Yeah, exactly. The investment.
And look at the lines for everybody waiting to get inside the Christmas Spectacular. Anecdotally speaking, it seems as if, for a Monday, tourism is really off the charts in New York, which is great news for the local economy here, and perhaps an indicator for the broader U.S. economy. This is the main entrance for the Rainbow Room, as well as the top of the Rock. Check this out, everyone. Look at the line on the inside for the top of the Rock. It's just shoulder to shoulder people there. And the line even wraps around outside, down the block. And here we are. To the right is the tree. Really does look perfect. And of course at the top you have that Swarovski star with 70 individual spikes and over 3 million crystals. Not too sure what this is. Oh, GE Vernova. That's been a top performing stock. And I think should continue to outperform too. Let's see how many individuals are ice skating tonight. I don't even know if we'll be able to get down the stairs. There's so many people. Oh my gosh.
Okay.
Looks beautiful this year. Alright everyone, if you enjoyed that walking tour, subscribe to the channel, leave a like on the video, and as always, we will see you in the next one, and thank you so much for watching.
I'm trying to walk on through.
Take care. Oh, it looks like the line is getting convoluted for this famous hot chocolate place called Gloss. I think I'm gonna go get a coffee at the Watch House now. It's just so cold. All right, thanks everybody. I'm gonna go get a coffee. Take care.